Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Drop. I'm Emily. It's wonderful to be here with you all today.
Yes, it is. Today we have a fantastic topic for our A1 English learners. We're going to discuss something everyone is familiar with: careers. How to explain your profession, your daily tasks, and even your aspirations for the future. It's going to be great.
That's right, Paul. Discussing your job is a very common chat starter, and it's crucial to know how to share information about it. Before we dive in, please, if you enjoy our episodes, share this video with your friends, subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and hit that like button. It supports us immensely.
Yes, please do. Your encouragement means the world to us. So, Emily, are you ready to jump into the sphere of employment?
Absolutely, Paul. Let's get started. Okay, so let's imagine someone asks you, "What is your occupation?" How do you reply, Paul?
Great question, Emily. The simplest approach is to state your job title. For example, I can say, I am a tutor. Straightforward.
Yes, that's ideal. Or you could say, "I am employed as a designer." See? Very clear. So, Paul, what is I am an English instructor, Emily? I find it very rewarding. How about you? I'm a host for Daily English Drop, and I also function as a digital content creator. It's an enjoyable line of work.
That's excellent. And sometimes people are curious about the organization you work for. So you might say, I work for a media agency. Or if you run your own business, you can say, I am self-employed.
Precisely. Like me, Paul, I am sometimes self-employed. It means I am my own chief.
Yes, that's a nice arrangement. And what about your responsibilities? What does your daily work involve?
Yes. This part is vital. You can say, I manage our social platforms, or I assist clients every day. It gives people insight into what your role entails, right?
So, if someone inquires about my responsibilities, I can say, I prepare teaching material and educate students in English. That's my primary function.
Good example. And we have some helpful phrases here. You could say, I am accountable for instance, I am accountable for organizing the lessons.
Yes, that's a good one. Or, my chief responsibility is, for me, my chief responsibility is to make English acquisition enjoyable.
Oh, you certainly excel at that, Paul.
Thanks, Emily. Another helpful phrase is, a typical shift looks like. This makes it easy to describe your routine tasks.
Yes, exactly. So if I say, a typical shift looks like instructing 5 sessions and marking assignments, you understand my day.
Perfect. So remember, you can discuss your job title, the company you work with, and your duties. Nothing to it.
Okay, Paul, let's move to the next segment, your daily schedule at work. People are often interested in what you do from the start of the day until the end.
Yes, it is engaging to know. So, first you can mention when you begin and finish. For example, I commence work at 9 a.m. and conclude at 5 p.m. Simple and clear.
What about tasks during the day, such as meetings, correspondence, and other duties?
Oh, very important. Many jobs involve meetings and emails. I can say, every morning I review my inbox and attend a brief conference.
Yes, that's a standard beginning to the day for many professionals. And then you can talk about your main tasks. After that, I focus on my core duties until the lunchtime break.
Precisely. And what about breaks and interaction with colleagues? Do you dine with coworkers? Do you have coffee breaks?
Good point. I can say, I usually have my midday meal with my colleagues at 1 p.m. Or, I take a quick coffee break in the afternoon. It adds more texture to your routine.
It really helps to create a mental picture of your day. So, a full illustration could be, every morning I check my emails and attend a short meeting. Then, I work on my main tasks until lunch. In the afternoon, I have a few more meetings and respond to more emails. I generally finish around 5 p.m.
That's a fantastic example, Paul. It sounds like a productive day. My daily schedule is somewhat different. Every morning, I organize my lesson plans, then I teach my students after lunch. I instruct more classes and sometimes have consultations with other educators. I typically conclude my workday around 4 p.m.
That sounds like a rewarding day, Emily. So remember, when you describe your routine, consider when you start and finish, what activities you perform, and if you have rest periods or converse with colleagues.
Yes, it makes your description comprehensive. Next, let's talk about your work setting. This is the physical location where you work. Is it an office, remote, blended, or outdoors?
Ah, yes. This is very relevant now. Many people work remotely from home, like us sometimes.
That's correct. Or you can say, I work in an office building downtown. Or, I have a blended job, so I work some days at home and some days at the office. And some people are employed outdoors, like a site foreman or a park warden. I work outside. It's very pleasant.
That's true. And what about the vibe? Is it a formal or casual workplace?
Good question. A formal workplace usually means you wear a suit and there are many regulations. A casual workplace is more relaxed. Maybe you can wear comfortable pants. My job setting is typically casual. We can wear comfortable attire.
Mine too, I appreciate that. And how are your interactions with coworkers? Are they welcoming? Do you collaborate closely?
Very important. I can say, my coworkers are very friendly and we often collaborate. Or I work in a small section and we are like a family.
That's so nice to hear. And we have some useful terms for this segment, like open plan. That's a large office area with many desks, no individual rooms.
Yes, many companies have open plan spaces now. Another word is deadline. This means you need to complete a task by a specific date or time. I have a deadline next week.
Yes, deadlines can be intense sometimes. And we have supervisor. Now, that's the person who directs you. Coworker, that's your colleague, the person you work alongside, and client. That's a customer or a company you work for. Then there's section, a group of individuals working together.
Yes, like we are working on a new assignment. And finally, flexible scheduling. This means you can choose when you begin and end your workday, within certain parameters.
That's a great advantage. So remember, you can discuss where you work, the general atmosphere, and your colleagues.
Now, let's talk about something very personal. Job fulfillment. Do you enjoy your work, Paul?
Oh, I love my job, Emily. It's so much fun to communicate with our listeners and teach them English. So for me, I can say, I love my job because it's stimulating and I encounter many interesting individuals.
That's wonderful, Paul. And that's exactly how you can convey if you like your job. You can also say, I like my job because it's demanding. Or, I like my job because the people are great.
What about the things you value most or least? Sometimes there are aspects of the job we don't care for as much.
That's true. For me, I value instructing the most. It's so gratifying to see students learn. What I value least sometimes is marking papers. It can consume a lot of time.
I understand. For me, I love engaging with our audience the most. What I value least is sometimes the technical side of things, like editing video footage. It's not my favorite.
We all have those parts, right? And sometimes people don't like their job, and they would like to switch careers.
Yes, that's a very common feeling. You can say, I am seeking a new prospect. This means you desire a new job. Or, I want to find a job with better earnings, or I want a job that is closer to my home.
We have some more useful expressions here. It can be stressful sometimes, but this is a good way to talk about the difficulties, but also the positive aspects. For example, my job can be stressful sometimes, but I adore the section I work with.
Perfect. So when you talk about job fulfillment, think about if you like your job, what you enjoy, and if you want to switch jobs.
Okay, Paul, let's rewind a little. Let's talk about past employment and experience. Where did you work previously?
Ah, my former jobs. I can say I used to work in a small firm, but now I'm on a large global team. This illustrates your professional journey.
That's a great way to phrase it. Or, before this, I was a student, and I had a part-time role at a coffee shop.
And what about what you gained in previous roles? This is essential for new positions.
Yes, it showcases your aptitude. I can say, In my last job, I acquired a lot of knowledge about client relations, or I learned how to lead a team.
Very good. And this helps describe your career trajectory so far. It's like a chronicle of your jobs.
Exactly. So if someone asks about your background, you can tell them about your old jobs and what you acquired. Like, I used to be a sales associate, and I learned how to converse with many different people.
That's a valuable capability. So remember, you can discuss where you were employed before, what you gained, and your professional journey.
Now, let's look to the future. This is exciting. Let's talk about future career goals. Where do you picture yourself in the future, Paul?
Good question, Emily. I can say, in the future, I would like to manage my own YouTube channel full-time. That's a long-term ambition.
Wow, that's a fantastic objective, Paul. And that's a perfect way to articulate it. Or you can say, I want to become an expert in my chosen area.
And what about skills you want to develop? This shows you want to advance.
Yes, I can say, I want to enhance my public speaking skills. Or, I want to learn more about digital advertising. It shows you are always in a learning mindset.
That's a great perspective. And finally, your ideal job. What is your ultimate dream job, Emily?
Oh, my dream job is to travel the world and teach English in different nations. That would be incredible.
That sounds like a wonderful expedition. My dream job is to generate content that uplifts millions of people.
That's lovely, Paul. So, when you discuss your future objectives, think about where you want to be, what skills you want to learn, and your ultimate dream job.
Okay, Emily, we've talked extensively about our jobs. Now, let's discuss how to ask someone else about their job. This is extremely useful for real conversations.
Yes, very practical. The most standard question is, what is your occupation? Simple and direct.
Exactly. And after they tell you their job, you can ask, do you enjoy your work? This demonstrates interest.
Yes, it's a nice follow-up inquiry. Another good one is, how long have you been employed there? This tells you about their experience, like, oh, I've worked there for 5 years.
And then, to make the conversation more engaging, you can ask, what's the most appealing aspect of your job?
That's a great question, Paul. It allows for a more elaborate reply. Or you can ask, what does a usual day look like for you?
Yes, or what do you typically do on a daily basis? These questions help you understand their work better and keep the discussion moving. So, if you meet someone new, remember these questions to begin a friendly conversation about their job.
Wow, Paul, we covered so much today, from describing your job to discussing future aspirations and even asking others about their work. I think our listeners have a lot of new terms and phrases.
I agree, Emily. This episode is packed with beneficial information for anyone wanting to talk about their job in English. Remember, repetition leads to perfection. Try to describe your own job using these expressions.
Yes. And before we finish, please, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Daily English Drop. Share this video with your friends who are learning English and leave a comment below. Tell us, what do you enjoy most about your job? Or if you don't have a job yet, what is your dream job?
We love reading your comments and connecting with you all. Thank you so much for joining us today on Daily English Drop.
Yes, thank you. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye.